key, you're going to have driver 1 or driver 2 because you got 2-seat memory. Now, remote start's going to come standard. Just hit lock, hold this button down for a few seconds. See the lights flash. It starts right up. The lights are going to flash again to let you know it's on and running. Now, it runs in 10-minute intervals, so after 10 minutes, it will automatically turn right off. Now, let's see if you need a little more time. That's not a problem. Let's say 8 minutes have passed. I repeat the process. Hold that down. Then there we go. It adds 10 minutes from that point right there. So if you play your cards correctly, you can have it running for a grand total of 20 minutes. You cannot do this a third time. Now, if I change my mind, I can let the timer run out, or I can hold this down, and then boom, it turns right off. Now, all of your Honda sensing features come standard. I'm talking about your lane keep assist, adaptive cruise, and your forward collision. We're going to have blind spot information system. So safety is pretty much its middle name. Now we're going to have LED fog lights and headlights. Standard daytime running lights. You got some chrome action right up there within the grille. It goes from headlight to headlight. The wipers are going to be right underneath the hood line. Now we're going to take a step here off to the side. Check out the alloyed rims. And then we're going to take a step back. See a side profile of the vehicle. I'm going to throw some exterior measurements up there so you can see how it compares to other vehicles out there in the market, but most importantly to your current vehicle. Let us know, how does it compare? Will it fit in your garage? Stuff like that. Now you'll see it's going to have body colored handles, chrome action around the windows, rear tinted windows, then a body colored side mirror. Then of course you're going to have a turn-in indicator integrated in the side mirror. We have a nice trim along the bottom that help protects it. Now we're also going to have smart entry system. Before we get to that, before I forget, let's talk about the breakaway side mirror. So if you accidentally bump something or if you want to fold these in, it's quick and easy. Pops right in and out. Now we're going to have the smart entry with the vehicle. So let's say it's all locked up. This is your purse, pocket, jacket. Put your hand in the handle and unlocks it. And you can keep this on your person. Once again, you hit this button, it locks all the doors for you. You cannot accidentally lock your keys in the car. Whoops. Hit the lock button. Shut the door. The car registers what you're doing. It's like, hey, the door is open. You left the key in the car. You hit the lock button. You shut the door while the key's in the car. Hey, you're doing this. You're purposely locking your keys in the car or accidentally. Now, if you do want to lock your key fob in the vehicle while it's on or off, I have a video showing you how to do that. And then also how to prevent the vehicle from shutting off in 20 minutes. So check out those videos. They can be very helpful because if you have maybe mom in the passenger seat, mom's not going to run in to the store as you run in to get some stuff done. And it might take a little longer than 20 minutes. You want to make sure she's comfortable with the climate control on and running, right? Now we also have the walkaway auto lock feature. So let's say you shut the door, you got the key fob with you, the car is off, you get 10 feet away, boom, it automatically locks all the doors. So you never have to second guess yourself. Did he lock the doors? Did he not? Things like that. So pretty nice. Gas release, we're going to pop that. Right over here is a capless gas tank. You have to worry about replacing a cheap gas cap. It's a simple slide and go. We're going to step here towards the back of the vehicle. We're going to start from the from the bottom and work our way up to the top. So you see we have chromed tipped exhaust, dual exhaust. Hitch comes standard. And then we're going to have a 7-pin plug. You're going to have lights for your plates. Badge of honor, Honda. Ridgeline stamped right in there. Now, Honda does have an option for a blackout inserts that go within the tailgate, and then the Honda emblem will be black. So they're throwing it out there. I think it's roughly about a $250 add-on at this current time from Honda, okay? You can order it that way. Now, I know a lot of people will get some covers. It could be a hard fold, soft fold cover for the bed of the truck. And the question might be, Chris, is there a way when I hit the lock button The tailgate will lock? Yes. There's a setting you can turn that on or off, so when you hit lock and unlock, it will do that for the tailgate as well. Now we have your multi-angle camera right up here. Comes down the nice traditional way. Nice flat area, so it makes it pretty easy. You don't have to worry about fighting the wheel wells or anything like that. We're going to have tie-down cleats. That comes standard. Cargo lights. This in here is just, when you open that up, it's just right now, it's just a dead space that you can use to store stuff, but the higher trim will have a plug, like an electrical plug-in. So now, cool thing about the Ridgeline, before I get to the next step, I'm going to throw some additional information regarding the bed right here, the dimensions. Let's show you guys that. All right, now this is the dual action tailgate. As you come right on the right hand side, you see there's going to be a release. Stick your hand quite a bit back. There's a handle. Check that out. So that's going to be great. So when you reach towards the back of the bed, that's going to be awesome. But then also, there's more. We're going to have an in-bed trunk. So you can use this as a cooler, dry storage, whatever your heart desires. You got a plug down there. Let the water and ice stuff like that out. You can actually get some accessories and actually put dividers right in here so you can keep things separate as you're out there for your tailgating adventures, hanging out with friends and family. Spare tire, those additional tools you may need for those unforeseen events are right down below. Now, of course, you can lock this. That's not a problem. So if you're going to be away from it or doing valet, anything like that, you guys will be set. Now we're going to walk towards the back. Before we dive in, I'm going to throw some interior measurements up there so you know how it compares to your guys' current vehicle, and make sure there's enough room in there for your friends, pet, cargo, whoever's brave enough to tag along with you. Now we're going to take a look on the door. You can see there's going to be a brown leather trim going on because, once again, we have that brown leather interior. So it's nice to have a little two-tone going on. Leather, power windows, cup holder, some additional cubby space, quick and easy. Now, down here below, where these mats are at, let's move these out of the way. There we go. So mats are out of the way. We have a magic seats that you actually can fold right up, just like that. Both sides will come up pretty nice and easy. To release that, you just pull the handle, and it comes right down. It sounds like I slammed over. It's echoing in here in the service place. But so that's pretty nice, because now if maybe you got a bike, a TV, whatever the case, you need more of that utility space back here, you can set it up that way. It's nice, flat. You do have a car seat tie down if you need to fasten it too as well. Now, all season mats do not come standard. We have them in here so you can see what it kind of looks like. Majority of our customers buy those anyways here living in Iowa. Now, for those that have car seats, you got your anchors, pretty easy to find. Right over here. Headrest. To release that, you got this little squeeze right there. Pull it back down. Cup holders, tray action. Once again, nice leather interior. Courtesy pocket for some additional storage. More courtesy pocket. Adjustable vents. Plug-in, what do we got back here? A 12-volt plug-in. Now we're going to look at the driver's side door. Leather armrests. Power windows, pretty easy and straightforward. You got your window lock button just in case you get any young whippersnappers in the back, or maybe a misbehaved husband like myself. You can lock us out now so we can suffer, and you have peace of mind and no one's playing around with the windows. We got the lock button, of course, trays, gas release, cubby space down below. Now we're gonna have 2-seat memory. So like I shared with you guys a little while ago in the beginning of the video, on the back of your key, let's take it out of my pocket. It's gonna be numbered. Let's see if we can get that to focus. So you can see that you have a number 1 or driver 2. So you can say the position of your driver's seat for you. It's simple. You set it the way you want, then you hit set, then the number corresponding, and it will link to your key. You can turn that on or off. We're also going to have the blind spot information system. That's going to light up while someone's in your blind spot. So let's imagine you're driving down the highway, or maybe just your city driving. You at least have to go 20 miles an hour or faster, and someone's in your blind spot. That's going to light up for you. It's going to be a solid orange light. Now, when you have your turning indicator on while someone's in your blind spot, it's going to flash and beep at you to alert you, hey, don't turn yet, someone's in your blind spot. If you want to see that in action, I do have a video, so feel free to check that out. Then also corresponding with that, I have the videos going to show you about your cross traffic alert system. How does that work? Now on the seat, it's going to be a power seat. You got your forward, back, up, down. You got your little tilt on the front half, then recline, then a 2-way lumbar support. Pedals, of course, to get you A to B, stop and go. Your brake right there, parking brake, and then hood release, pull it right towards you. I'm going to show you guys some common courtesy things under the hood. So let's get going. All right, so here we are underneath the hood. We're going to have a 3.5 V6 with a 9-speed automatic transmission. I'm going to throw horsepower and torque up there so you guys know what you're playing around with. Now this is also going to have a heavy-duty transmission cooler, comes standard, has a towing capacity of 5,000 pounds. Now I know people are saying, hey Chris, the Ridgeline's kind of an odd duck because it's not built on frame. It's a unibody structured with independent suspension, so the vehicle actually rides very smooth, okay? Nothing rides as smooth as a Ridgeline. But now let's talk about those common courtesy things under the hood here quick. You got your windshield wiper fluid, nice blue cap. Dipstick, bright orange, easy to find anytime day or night. You got your oil cap. The battery is down below the intake. Brake fluid, and then you get your fuse box right over there. All right? So anything else besides that, I'm going to call someone for some advice, maybe your local service center. I'd be glad to assist you guys with those more advanced questions. Now let's do one more look over for those that have the capabilities and then skill set on working on their own vehicle. All right, now let's jump up in the driver's seat. Let the fun begin as we're sitting right here in the driver's seat. First steps, make sure you have the key fob with you. It could be in your pocket, your purse, your jacket, just somewhere in the vehicle. You get the point. Now, from there, we got to apply onto the brake pedal. As you apply onto the brake pedal, you'll see the push button stir. It's going to light right up. While your foot's on the brake, push that right in. Now over here on the left-hand side, we got some additional buttons. Let's talk about these here quick. Your mirror selector between left and right. Now once you have the mirror selected, you got the D-pad down below to adjust your side mirrors as you see fit. Now a cool little thing is that when you have a mirror selected and you put the vehicle into reverse, it will tilt down a little more to catch a little more of your blind spot below the bumper. Now if you don't like that for any particular reason, that's not a problem. If you don't need it, just put it in the center. And then there we go. It would not reverse tilt anymore. So that's how you turn that off. You can have Econ mode. You can see that when that's on by hitting that green button. You'll see a beautiful green leaf right up there to let you know that Econ's on. And now it's off. Econ's going to make you more fuel efficient. It's most effective for highway driving. You may see anywhere from 2 to 4 more miles to a gallon difference with or without it. You could be sacrificing AC power, electrical power, and acceleration power to give you better highway fuel economy. There's no additional wear and tear for the system. It won't be as effective for the city because of the stop and go. Now, those really hot summer days, you have to choose. You want to be fuel efficient or do you want to be comfortable? Because once again, it does affect the power of the AC. Now, that average fuel economy difference is going to vary depending on your driving habits, or maybe the condition, or maybe the outdoor elements. Cold versus summer, flat versus hilly land that you're driving on, you're aggressive driver, stuff like that. All that takes in consideration, okay? Now, down below, you got your road departure. If you want to turn that off, it's off. Now it's on. It also gives you a little warning right up there too. It's off and on. You got your forward collision. You can't accidentally turn that off. You have to click and hold. So as we get up there on the driver's interface, you see I'm holding it down now. Long dramatic pause. You can see your forward collision is off, and it has a reminder to let you know it's off. Now to turn it back on, it's a click and hold for a moment. Right up here is the vehicle stability assist or traction control. Hold that down. There we go. Hold it down. There we go. And then we have your cargo lights. So once you select that for embed trunk lights or your tail, truck bed lights, there you go. They're on. Once I hit that light, they're off. Now your wheel release, excuse me, is going to be on the left-hand side. Pull that down. You push it in, pull it out, go up and down. You guys get the point. You can adjust as you see fit. Lock it right back up. Now we have a leather wrapped wheel. All of your Honda sensing features are going to be over here on the right hand side. So you can see that your Honda sensing is available because you see one or two icons right up here. You're going to have the adaptive cruise because it has a picture of a speedometer with an arrow and a car in front of it. Or you're going to see this icon. This could be a standard cruise. Now if you don't see any of those icons, like as you see right now, it means your Honda sensing features are off. Now, how do you turn these on or off? You got the main button. Select that. There we go. You can see it. Now, let's say it's off. I'm trying to use these. It's telling you to switch your main because everything's off. So you cannot use your lane keep assist. You're going to be your adaptive cruise or your standard cruise features. No, they're off. Okay. Now to switch between those two, because you got your standard cruise, you guys know how to use that pretty much, or what it is. You got your little toggle switch here. You toggle it down. That allows you to set. You can adjust your speed by tapping once, by 1 per an hour, or you can tap and hold for a split moment. Then it's going to increase by 5s or decrease. Now to switch, you got this right here. Hold this down. See that? It switches from a standard cruise to adaptive cruise. Now once on adaptive, instead of holding this, you tap it. You see those lines right there in the center are changing, right? Less lines means closer, more lines means further away from the car in front of you. So you're setting the distance between you and the car in front of you. So let's say if you're going 45, the car in front of you is going 40, it finds a car in range, it beeps at you. You turn that on or off. While it beeps, when a car gets in and out of range, it'll slow you down to maintain that distance. And once that car, whoop, gets out of the way, you resume back to whatever your cruise control speed was set at. Now, your lane keep assist is more for your highway driving. So pretty much 45 to 90 miles an hour. It's going to keep you in the center of your lane. So as you're driving down the road, you grab your lane a little bit, it goes beep, 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 beep. You turn that on or off, but then it also brings you back and puts you back in the center of your lane. So that's pretty nice. You can turn that beeping off, like I mentioned earlier. You will not be playing ping pong back and forth. It does a very good job, just nicely, nudges you back in the same lane. Of course, so that feature deactivates once you put on your turn-in indicator, which allows you to get over there. Okay. So yeah, that's going to be Honda sensing features. We talk about how to turn that on and off. Right up here, you got paddle shifters. You have adjustable end wipers. Lights, you have auto fog lights right there, on and off. You got other options for your headlights when you're sitting here idled in park. You do it to the off. Your daytime running lights, all of your exterior lights are off. So that's great if you're out there just for a break in the car, staying warm, waiting for someone. You don't have your car lights and everything on and drawing attention to yourself. Now on the left-hand side, we got more of your media controls. You can switch between your radio stations, volume control. You have your voice command. So if you have your phone paired, you can tap that and say, hey, call crazy Honda Chris. Boom, it'll give me a call. But as you tap that, you also got some other voice commands too that you can use right up there. So you may have to play around a little bit with that. So as a tap, then you have a tap and hold. So a lot of cool stuff that you can talk about as time goes on. All right, so we're gonna back that out. Now we have a little wheel right here to scroll up and down on the left hand side of your driver's interface. Let's get that glare out of there. So once again, I'm using the wheel. Now to select items, I'm pushing in the wheel. So we're going to go to range and fuel. So you can see right now on a full tank of gas based on 31 miles, we have a range of 382. That range will change over time. And the more you drive, the more it learns from your habits, okay? Your current habits too. So for example, if I'm an aggressive driver, maybe I am more in a colder environment, I'm not going to get as good as a fuel economy as someone that's not as aggressive or drives more in nicer weather, like summertime. All right, so it does play an effect. Maybe I do some towing. You guys get the point. But anyways, it shows you your average fuel for your trip A. I'll use this little wheel again to scroll down. You have a trip B. Now if I want to reset trip B, I push in the wheel, I select reset, and then it's done. To back out, I just hit this little house button or the home button. I'm going to scroll down to speed and time. Audio. I can choose from right here on the audio some options. Phone, if I'm at phone paired, I have some quick saves and stuff like that underneath there. Navigation is going to be your compass. All-wheel drive torque. So right now in today's perfect weather, it's going to act like a two-wheel drive vehicle. When it detects that you slip, slide, you need power at a certain point, it will automatically put it there. There's no button or switch or lever you have to push, pull, or whatever to put it into all-wheel drive. Maintenance. Tire pressure. You have a direct tire pressure, so you can see which tire is at what number, and then when you fill it up, it has fill assist. So if the car's on, you have it in park, you get out there, you fill up your tire, the car is gonna honk at you, do a little beep beep, you know, and lights will flash to let you know, hey, this tire is at the correct tire pressure. I have a video that's going to go more in detail about the tire pressure systems that Honda has offer or have to offer. All right, now we're going to go right up to content. If you want to switch between your speed distance between miles per hour to kilometers, you can. You just tap in the wheel or tap and hold. Yeah, switch, and then it switch back. Brightness. Gauge display settings. So I'm going to use the wheel. I'm going to start scrolling down. I can uncheck some of these. Maybe if I don't want my compass up there, pushing the wheel. So now I go back to that menu as we're kind of going through. The navigation would not be up there or displaying, but no longer available. But I'm going to keep everything enabled so the next person that take these out for a test drive, they can decide what they want. Warnings, you know about that. Low gas, someone's not wearing the seatbelt, things like that. Door's not shut. Now we're going to try to reduce some of that glare again. There we go. Now we're going to talk about the driver's face layout. Where are things, what can you expect, things like that. So you're going to have your speed. You have a digital speed. Gas tank is a full tank. You're not looking at the little red dot. You're looking at the push bars. So if it's a half tank, guess what? Half of those are gone. You can see it's 20 degrees, miles, the time, the engine temp, or some, you know, or coolant temp. It's right there. You're looking at the bars once again. If it's hot versus cold, you got your tachometer. That's quick and easy, right here. You have a different drive modes. You got a normal and some other options. We're going to talk about those later on. Now from here, we're going to focus on the dashboard. So you can see your adjustable vents way over there. I can't mess around with that. We're going to argue about these two, and then I got mine right there. It's open, it's closed, directional adjustments, up and down, left to right. You're set. Now we're going to focus on the touch screen. We're at the home menu right now. You got a clock on the top right hand corner, audio source right up here. It has so many options. You have FM, AM, Sirius XM. You get 3 months of satellite radio for free. After that, you have to contact them to continue that paid subscription. USB. So if I have stuff on a flash drive, I can plug and play from that point. We have Bluetooth and smartphone. It's going to be a wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So it pretty much takes like your Apple Maps, Google Maps off of your phone and displays it right up there with your other compatible apps. So kind of nice. You don't have to go to the highest trim level to get satellite navigation. You just get navigation or maps off of your phone. You have all apps. So if I want to clean up some of the clutter throughout this whole touchscreen, I can uncheck some stuff and it would not display it on the screen or the display. Now from there, we got phone. You can pair up multiple phones, but only one will be a priority. That priority phone is going to be the one that makes the outgoing and receives the incoming calls. We already talked about the radio, was at least some sources. Let's talk about how to save radios or preset stations. So you find a radio station you like by selecting tune, hit enter, then you click and hold, and then boom, done. Now there's no way that you can delete these. You can only save over these. So if you have like 18, you don't have 18, you can save up to 12 presets on FM, then AM is 6, all right? So once you max it all out, you just have to save over them. There's no way to delete that and clean that up. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, we already talked about how that's wireless, no longer plug and play. It's a simple, just kind of connect via Bluetooth. Sirius XM. So it takes a little practice, kind of find things. Once again, you just kind of hit channel list. You can find your station. You can hit in the number. You can sort by numbers. You actually, if you know the number of the channel, hit keypad. You can type it in. So pretty nice. Back out. You can have a trip. So you have your current drive, your previous drive. You can actually go down between trip A and trip B. As you probably recall, I have reset trip B once already. Now if I reset it twice, you would have a history for 2 and up to 3 times. General settings. Vehicle settings. I have a video out there to show you how to customize all of your vehicle settings. So like the walkway auto lock, do you want that enabled? It pretty much helps you set up your vehicle the way you want, so when you drive off the lot, you are set for success. All you have to do is show it off. A lot of cool stuff in here that I walk over. It's about a 20-minute video. Most of them are for that. Now we have a USB. Now the cool thing about this is that you can reorganize the layout of this. So maybe you don't use something that often, or if you don't want to hide it towards the back, stuff like that, you can. Or maybe you want to do a quick save because you use it quite a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these, boom, are your quick save tablets. So just grab, click, and move over. So when you're ready, you just tap that, and there we go. You can see everything. You have system updates, clock face, so there's your clock face. You actually can change all that. I even have a video that's going to show you how to customize that by adding your own photo. It could be a photo of the kids, pet, your favorite YouTuber, whatever you want to put up there. So when you, at this point, you select the clock, you can admire the photo. Honda Link. Definitely check out HondaLink.com. See what your vehicle is, compatible with, applicable. Some trims, some models have remote start. There's a lot of cool free complimentary stuff too. Compass will give you that compass. They got smart shortcuts. Oh, I keep hitting the back, a home button. You can start hitting the back. You can adjust the brightness of your display. You can turn it off if it bugs you for your day or nighttime driving. That explains why I'm sweating to death in here. Hit the home button, brings you right back. All right, we're going to pause here quick so I can get climate. So now that's everything that completes the touch screen. We're going to work our way down. You're going to have your hazard lights right here. So if you need those for those unforeseen events, you know where they're at. We'll come down to more to the climate controls. That's the driver. That's the passenger. You can adjust the rear seat too as well. I can sync everything. It's on now as sync. So as I play around with it, everything just accordingly. Different modes. Fan, AC off and on, air circulation. Turn everything off, turn it back on. Auto means the car is going to do everything in its power to maintain the cabin at the selected temp. It will automatically adjust the fan speed, different modes, stuff like that. Then once I want to turn it off from auto, you just adjust your fan speed. Auto is gone. It's no longer set to auto. Rear, for your rear climate, the fan's off, it's back on. Our settings, maybe, you know, someone needs a little more heat back there. Front defroster, rear defroster with heated side mirror. And then we're going to have your heated seats. So we got a high, medium, low, and off. As you guys witness, it doesn't take long for you to be sweating to death, cooking alive with these. Additional cubby space. We're going to have a wireless phone charger. It's on and available. You can tell by the green light. If you click and hold this down, we'll turn it right off. Now it's back on. Tray. We have cup holders. And then we have a push button shifter. Now you cannot accidentally smack a button and have it shift. You have to play onto the brake pedal. As you do that, to put it into reverse, I pull it back towards us. You can see it went from red to green, and then your backup camera automatically displays. So on the bottom left hand corner shows you how your camera is going to act. That's a nice 180 view, catches a little more of your blind spot. We have more of a right behind you view. And then we're going to have a straight down shot from your rear bumper. So as you're doing parallel parking, backing up to get that hitch, you know, done, you can see how close you're getting. That's going to be off and on for your cross traffic monitoring system. I have a video that's going to show you that in action. But when the vehicle's in reverse and maybe a car's coming from the back behind you from the either side, it will alert you to let you know. And then once again, that's just the brightness of your screen. Neutral, drive, and S mode, or some will call it sport. To tell the difference between those, S and D. So S is going to change your gear ratio, a little more fun. Acceleration, you're also going to have a little better engine braking onto that. So a lot of people don't play with S mode as much, but there's going to be a few out there. What I've noticed too as well, when you put it in S mode, your idle stop is automatically disabled. So it would not engage. Now you can also turn your idle stop off while in drive. Now let's talk about the idle stop. I get it, there's a lot of mixed feelings out there. It's probably one of the most talked features that people are okay with it, or they absolutely don't like it. It's not a Honda thing, it's all manufacturers are required to have this in the vehicle now, because it's more about fuel emission awareness, not fuel savings, okay? So this technology's been around for a long time. So pretty much, when you're driving down the road and you get to a stop sign, maybe drive through, you know, the car's in gear, you put your foot down on the brake to a complete stop. If the cabin is to temp, the engine's temp, and other requirements, it shuts off the engine. So it sounds like it dies while your foot's on the brake. Now, as soon as I take my foot off the brake, boom, it starts right back up. Then I apply it to the gas. I'm good to go. Okay? So there's not really much lag. Now, some people might not like it if they drive with 2 feet, because there's going to be a little longer delay than what you expected. All right? So if you don't like that for any particular reason, once again, it doesn't bother me as much, but my wife, she hates it. All she does is get in there and she selects this. You have to do it every time you get into the vehicle, though. Now you can see down below, A, off, your idle stop is off. So that is that easy. Now, I know there's a lot of comments. People say, well, you can do like an aftermarket kit for an adapter. If you guys do that, please double check the warranty. It may affect your manufacturer warranty or other performance things of your vehicle. I don't know enough about that, so just stress you guys to check that out, okay? Do your research. They're going to have this with a picture of the little truck. We'll call it a Ridgeline. As you select it, you got your different drive modes. You got normal. This would be great for your everyday driving. You got snow. So if you're out there, you got about an inch of city snow, turn that bad boy in snow mode. It's going to change how your car is going to perform to optimize your handling in the snow environment. Mud is going to turn off your vehicle stability assist and change how the car is going to perform. Same with sand. So it's probably going to change how the car is going to perform, like RPM, stuff like that. To say, all right, let's do everything in our power from the sand bearing our going to bury our tires. So now you can have that consistent reminder what mode you're in right down here. Armrest, one nice giant armrest. Lid pops right open. I have a mat that comes right out, so if I spill any soda, maybe get some Funyun crumbs in there, I can clean that out. Place for all the quarters are going to hide or take with us for a pool night. My son will love that. Right over here, we're going to have a lockable glove box. As you pop that open, you can see there's plenty of space. So if life happens, challenge accepted. If you're like me, you're going to figure out what you throw in there. Trunk lid, you can lock it. Got a little switch, bed trunk. Now, we're going to put the mirrors away here in a second. You can see I have a light. You have a light, and then of course this pops right out. This is adjustable too. Oops, missed it. And then that's gonna be for your light, including your dome light all the way back there. If I put it in the center, I open up a door, guess what comes on? Your lights. And if I want those on or off, I just switch it to off. Try to reposition, I can hold this a little better. This right here, you just click and hold it. That's going to be for your little window back there. Maybe if I don't want to close all the way or open all the way, I can just tap it. Right up here, it's going to be for your power and moonroof. Tap once and watch the magic happen. Now, I don't play with this on rainy days and snowy days. I'm assuming you don't either, but just throwing it out there now. It can be friendly, wave at people, get some fresh air. If I want to close it, just tap it forward. That's how you close it. Now, this does tilt up. Push that up towards the ceiling, and then there we go. Map lights. And a spot for the sunglasses. Well, there it is. That's going to be the Honda Ridgeline. If you guys found this video helpful, please do me a favor, because I do this on my free time. Hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel. Then also, if you want to go one step further, I will have a link down below in the description if you want to leave me a 5-star Google review for Randy Kuehl Honda, sharing your appreciation of them allowing me to do this to help you guys out. It's a win-win all the way around, okay? All right, well, I'll see you guys in the next video. See you then.